I'm Berman.
I'm Shabazz.
And that means this is Political BS. Never gets old, does it?
No, of course not.
Not to us
Classic
anyway.
never goes out of style.
So we started this election season thinking, okay, we've got a hot race for governor, but certainly nothing in the Senate and certainly nothing in the U.S. House. Well, the Senate race turned into a race with Evan Bayh jumping in, but a couple of House races have come under the radar. The 9th District, Todd Young's old district, that's very much on both parties' radar as one that the Democrats think they can flip, one the Republicans know they have to hold.
Exactly, and a lot of money being spent, a lot of outside dollars. Democrats are still hitting Trey Hollingsworth as sort of that Tennessee Trey. The most recent thing they did was said he couldn't name a Hoosier that he admired or respected. Hollingsworth sticking with the line of, don't need the old liberal Washington bloated bureaucracy. I think that one could possibly go down to the wire.
Yeah, the residency thing was an issue in the primary, certainly is still going to be a major obstacle for him to overcome in the general election. On the other hand, it's a Republican district. The other thing, though, that was a very tough primary. That was a five-way primary and four well-funded, well-known candidates, Trey Hollingsworth emerging victorious there. But it was a pretty negative campaign. Do you have supporters of Aaron Houchin or Greg Zeller who just sit on their hands?
I've been trying to find out for the longest time if Republicans ever healed and ever had sort of that unity get-together. And apart from the Attorney General saying that he supported the nominee, nothing from Houchin, nothing from Brent Walz.
That's clearly the main race we're watching on the U.S. House side. What about the 2nd District? Jackie Walorski had a very tough race when she first won that seat 4 years ago, a very easy race 2 years ago. Anything changed up there?
I think she's got a better opponent in her current candidate, who's the former police chief of South Bend. From everything I've been able to gather, although he's very known in South Bend, the 2nd District isn't just South Bend, it's Elkhart County and a lot of other places. I think that with Jackie, that's going to be her strong suit. And also, she's really kind of mellowed out over the years, kind of sticking to that veterans issue, not the firebrand she was in that building that we're facing right down the street.
And speaking of that building down the street, let's get this out of the way. Republicans keep control of the state Senate, breaking. I mean, there's literally no way the Democrats can take control. It's mathematically impossible. What happens on the House side? That's a pretty heavy lift for the Democrats. Is it possible there's that big a wave, or is Brian Bosma Speaker again?
I think that Brian Bosma is still Speaker again. I think their supermajority goes from 71 to maybe 65. You got some seats up in Northwest Indiana where you got a lot of union guys, a lot of Democrats who lost in 2014, maybe back in 2016. You got a competitive race over in Terre Haute, and of course a couple here in Indianapolis.
And of course 65 as opposed to 67 would not be a supermajority. It's a big majority, but Democrats would regain the power to walk out. How much leverage does that give them? How much does that change the landscape for a Governor Holcomb or a Governor Gray?
Well, I think the Democrats will be still limited by the ability to walk out. You can delay, but you can't deny. Inevitably, is going to happen. So whether you get hit in the head with a shovel or hit in the head with a baseball bat, you're still getting hit in the head.
And maybe they'll try that next. I'm Berman.
I'm Shabazz.
And this is Political BS.